Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use Semrush for keyword research, and we're going to cover everything from topical and competitor keyword research to gap analysis and topical keyword clustering. We're going to walk through a bunch of working examples so that you can take this training and immediately apply it in your business. I've also included a free automation template for one of the tactics, and if you don't have a Semrush account, I have included a free 14-day trial link in the description below this video so that you can grab it and follow along step by step. So let's dive in. The first way you can use Semrush for keyword research is to identify existing keyword opportunities. And specifically, we want to find all the keywords with search demand that your website is already ranking for in positions 4 to 15. So here's how you can find those in Semrush. Go to the SEO toolkit, navigate down to the organic research and positions report. This is going to generate a report showing all of the keywords your website is ranking for in the top 100 positions. But next, you're going to want to apply some advanced filters. And these are going to vary from business to business, but I'll typically use the position, volume, and keyword difficulty filters. And just to illustrate here, using my website as an example, you can see I've set a positions 4 to 15 filter, looking for keywords that have a minimum 100 monthly search volume. And then I like to set the keyword difficulty to 0 to 49%, as these are very easy, or possible keyword targets. So apply those filters and I can see here I have 69 keywords remaining. And these are the keywords that my website already has ranking on page 1 or page 2 that have search demand and aren't ultra competitive. So what you'll do now is review the remaining keywords here and then add any that you'd like to target to a keyword list directly here inside of Semrush. So for example, I could click this plus icon here. And now what I like to also do is have an existing keywords menu set up as well as a new keywords list. And this will help me separate those opportunities out when it comes to building out my keyword roadmap. So in this case, because it's an existing keyword opportunity, I will just add it to that respective list. And this is usually going to be the best place to start when you're working with any website that has an existing content footprint, because it's going to allow you to capture some quick organic traffic gains. If you prefer to analyze keyword data outside of Semrush, I have created a free automation template that you can access in the description below this video. And it's going to automate a lot of the filtering and formatting for you. So what you do is you simply export all of the keywords that your website is ranking for in positions 4 to 15, and then paste them into the automation template. And specifically, you want to come down to the Semrush keyword op tab and then come up to the top, and the data that you just exported directly from Semrush, just copy all of that data, and then in the top cell A2 here, make sure you're pasting values only. And what that'll do in the done tab, if you navigate over, is going to add the formatting for you. So now I can see all of those keywords, but the color coding shows me the ones that I have in green, the highest existing position, as well as the highest search volume and lower keyword difficulty levels. Now what I can do is just scan down the list and look for the most relevant opportunities. Any that I like, I just simply select yes from the drop down. Then if you come over to the keyword shortlist tab, you're going to see it's pulled across all of that data, the keyword, position, volume, difficulty, and URL. And then as you review and qualify keywords and assign content types that you need to rank, as you select yes for the ones that you think you can compete with, it'll automatically pull those over into this pipeline tab, which is essentially going to act as your content calendar, where you can start to work through and execute on the content relaunches. One of the fastest ways to find new high-intent keywords is to analyze your competitors. And Semrush provides several different ways to perform competitor keyword research, and we'll walk through each one of those now. So for this example, let's pretend that you have a beard products e-commerce business and are looking for some new target keywords. One of your competitors might be beard brand. Now, what I would do is simply grab this beard brand domain and then head over to the Semrush SEO Toolkit Organic Research Report, and this time navigate to the Pages tab. And this report is going to show which pages are driving the most organic traffic to their website. And you can see what percentage of total organic traffic each page is generating, along with the total number of keywords the page is ranking for in the top 100 positions. And if you want, you can also click through to view all of those individual keywords that the page is ranking for. So in this case, I can see beard brand has 415 different pages. And this is great insight, but let's take it a step further. And since this is an e-commerce website, we're going to want to prioritize product related keywords, as these are going to present the best direct monetization opportunity. So one way to do this is to apply a URL filter to only return product pages. So if we jump back over here to beard brand and we hover over the shop tab and we look at some of these different product pages, one thing you'll notice is that they are all housed underneath of this products subfolder. So what I can do now with that knowledge is I can head back over into Semrush and simply apply a URL filter. So what I would do is go advanced filter, include URL containing, and then we would enter that specific subfolder and then hit apply. And you can see now that's trimmed it from 415 down to 22 different URLs. And these are all the pages housed inside of that product subfolder. And again, you can see for each of these different URLs, how much traffic is coming through or the percentage of traffic along with all of the keywords that that page is ranking with. Now you can use this same process for any type of business. So let's just pretend now that you're a personal injury lawyer in Florida. One of the competitors might be Dolman Law Group. Now I'm not affiliated with this site at all, just using it as a working example. After reviewing their main navigation and clicking through to some of their pages, you'll notice that all of their main service pages, which are going to have the highest intent traffic for this local service business, is you can see that they're all housed underneath this legal services subfolder. So just like we did with Beard Brand, what you would do is come back over here into the organic research report in the SEO toolkit, and you can just enter that subfolder up the top and make sure subfolder is selected, hit search, and then navigate back over to the pages report. And now I can see 59 pages housed within inside that legal services directory. And again, these are all the higher intent pages that if I was a competing law firm, I'd be specifically interested in targeting or creating my own service pages if I serviced these areas. Now, one question that you're probably asking is, what if your competitors don't organize content into subfolders? So Semrush makes it easy to still perform this type of analysis using keyword modifiers. So for example, if I was analyzing a competitor for my personal website, I would apply some filters to one of my competitors. So here I can see I find marketingarsenal.io. They rank for some similar keywords. So what I would do is just drop those in here, look at their root domain, and then I'll come over to the positions tab and apply the following filters. I would specifically look at any keywords that they're ranking in the top 20, because this would give me a good indication of relevant keywords that I also potentially have a chance of ranking for, because they do have a similar domain rating as my website. I'm interested in keywords that have a decent amount of search demand that will actually drive traffic. So I'll set that to volume 100 plus. And then just like we did in the previous example, I'll set this keyword difficulty filter to 0 to 49%, as that's going to capture all of the very easy, and possible keyword targets here. And you can see now, after adding those filters, I've got 177 different keywords. And as I scroll down, you can also use this intent filter, which is another great feature inside of Semrush to drill in to the higher intent keywords. So for my website, I can see white label SEO tools, product demo software, PPC reporting tools, Mangles versus Ahrefs. These could all be great topics that I could potentially monetize through affiliate marketing. Now, if you want to trim down your set even further though, one thing I recommend is to use those keyword modifiers, come in and go keyword painting. And in this example, I want to surface the highest intent opportunities. So that might be with a modifier like software or tools or alternatives. So I would just drop in, apply that software keyword filter. And now you can see it's trimmed it down to 26 keywords. And there's some great opportunities in here that I could potentially go after, like white label SEO software, SEO dashboard software, PPC reporting, SERP tracking, AI SEO software, a bunch of really good potential opportunities in here. So repeat this process for your top organic search competitors, and you're going to have a bunch of really good keyword opportunities to target. And if you want to learn more about performing competitor subfolder analysis with Semrush, check out the video tutorial linked above and in the description below, because I go in depth on this process in that video. You can also use Semrush to extract low competition long tail keywords from your competitors. So here's how to do it. Enter your competitor into the Semrush SEO toolkit and navigate to the organic research, organic positions report. We'll use Dolman Law again as the working example. The next thing you're going to want to do is apply several different filters. You want to first look at any keywords that are ranking in the top 20 that have a minimum volume of 50. I like to set this a little bit lower than the previous examples, just because these queries tend to be a lot higher intent. So we can go a little bit lower on the volume threshold. Keyword difficulty. This before was set 0 to 49, but because we're only interested in the easiest opportunities, I'm going to go for 0 to 29, as that'll capture any keywords that fall in the very easy to easy category. And then finally, what you want to do is apply another filter to include the word count greater than, and you can use your discretion on this one, but I'm going to start with 4. So basically any keywords or queries that have at least 5 terms in them. And then once we run those filters, you'll see that I've got 653 keywords remaining. As I scroll down the list, there will be some good keywords that start to emerge. So an example of this could be, should I go to hospital after a car accident? So that's obviously someone who has been in a car accident that could definitely be interested in getting an attorney's help during a case. And if I keep scrolling down, you'll see here's another good term. What are the steps in a personal injury lawsuit? And you can see here that this competitor is ranking in position 1. If I scroll across, it's good to look at the URLs to get a sense, will these require a dedicated asset to rank? So you can see they've got a blog post that is specifically optimized around personal injury lawsuit steps. that aligns directly with this keyword. So even though that's a little bit lower volume, that is definitely a good intent keyword that'll capture someone who is in that stage where they're going through some sort of personal injury lawsuit or they're about to. So you want to get in front of these people if you're an attorney. So you can scan down the list there. Now there's going to be a bit of junk to work through, but again, you can use filters to trim into the most relevant opportunities or the highest intent opportunities. So in this case, what I would do is go include. And if I'm only interested in the service-based long tail keywords, I could say include URL containing. And like we saw before, we know that these service pages for this particular website are housed under this legal services subfolder. So what I would do is just simply enter that subfolder for my URL filter. And now I'm going to look at all of the long tail keywords that are coming specifically from that services subfolder. So these are going to be even higher intent typically. And you can see I've got 19 different results here. And just like we did with the previous examples, I would scan down the list and click the plus icon and then add any targets that I'd like to pursue to my new keywords list. Semrush's keyword gap tool makes it easy to find all the valuable keywords, both organic and paid, that one or multiple competitors rank for, but you don't. So in Semrush, what you can do is come over to the SEO toolkit, go to the keyword gap tool, and then what you want to do is enter your domain and then up to 5 competitor domains. So just for this example, I'll enter my domain, robbierichards.com, and then drop in marketingarsenal.io since they're a competitor. Then I'll click compare and make sure you've got the organic keywords toggle selected here as well. Now you're going to see a few different reports. You're going to see the top opportunities and the keyword overlap. Now, what I like to do too is start with some additional filters up the top here. So I like to first start with any keywords where my competitors are already ranking in the top 10. These are going to be the most relevant opportunities. And if the site has a similar or comparable domain rating to my site, then it gives me a good initial indication that I might also have a chance of ranking in the top 10 positions. Then I'll set a minimum volume threshold. I'll put 100 plus here. Basically, you just want to make sure the different keywords can drive traffic to your business. Now, the keyword difficulty here, I'm going to start with a threshold of 29 because I only want to capture the easiest keyword opportunities that we can go after. Now, when we scroll down here, you're going to see immediately that I've got 27 missing keywords, and these are all the keywords where Marketing Arsenal is ranking inside the top 10 that I'm currently not ranking anywhere. And you can see there's already loads of really good opportunities in here like PPC reporting software, white label SEO software, rank tracking API, AI SEO software, similar opportunities that emerged in the previous step. But the beauty of this tool is I can scale this process and enter up to 5 competitors, and then I can see all the keywords where I'm missing across all of those sites, and then just click through, and just like we did with the previous steps, just add these to your new keyword list here inside of Semrush. Now, similarly, what you can do is you can look at this weak keywords report, and these are going to be keywords where you do have some existing rankings around where your competitor is ranking in the top 10, and this could tell you where you might need to optimize your content or maybe even produce a net new asset in order to more aggressively compete for that keyword in the search results, especially where you have keywords that are ranking outside this top 20 or 30 positions. You likely have poor keyword targeting that you'll need a net new piece to go after. For here, like I already have a piece on the best SERP tracking tools. I'm in position 10, so this would be a content relaunch opportunity, and I'll add that to my existing keyword set. Whereas Yahoo rank tracking, I can see here they're in the top 10, and if I hover over this number 2, I can see they actually have a dedicated article, Yahoo keyword monitoring. But for me, it's actually my just daily rank tracking article. So I don't have good keyword alignment. I would need to create a net new asset in order to aggressively compete for this specific Yahoo rank tracking keyword. And don't forget to, just like you did in the previous steps, if you have a really large keyword set still after adding these filters, you can always come up and add some intent filters, or even come back and say, I only want to look at keywords containing certain modifiers like best, software, tools, services, product related modifiers, things like that, to help you drill into the highest intent opportunities. Now, one other thing I just want to highlight here with the keyword gap tool is you can actually compare domain versus subfolders. So if I drop over here into this tab, you can see I've got Fellman Law here. It's another law firm in the Florida area. Let's just pretend if you had that law firm and you're interested in finding some high intent keyword opportunities, you could enter in the subfolders of your competitors like Dolman Law Group here, where we know they have all of their service related pages in this legal services subfolder. So now I can enter the Fellman Law domain, but compare it and find the keyword gaps against this legal services subfolder. And now I'll just make sure I've got subfolders selected from the dropdown and hit compare. And this is a great way to where Velleman Law could compare themselves against multiple subfolders if they're up to 5 competitors. Now, as I scroll down here, as you can see, I've got 756 missing keywords that Velleman Law is not ranking for, that the legal services subfolder on Velleman Law is ranking for. But I want to clean this up again, so I'll add those same filters to only look where my competitor is ranking in the top 10. And then you can see that that's already trimmed it down to 161 results. And there's some really good keyword opportunities in here too, like brain injury lawyer, traumatic brain injury lawyer, spinal cord injury, property damage lawyer, bike wreck lawyer, lots of different high intent opportunities in here. Some of them are a lot more competitive than others. So what I can do now is just come back up to the top and say, okay, I only want to look at the easiest opportunities. So I would go 0 to 29 as my keyword difficulty threshold again. Now, when I scroll down, I can see I've got 104 missing keywords. So this is probably where you would want to start if you were Velleman Law. But the key to this strategy is just to look for the subfolders that contain keywords that align directly with your website's monetization model. Semrush's keyword gap analysis tool is unique in that it enables you to analyze paid versus organic keyword gaps. So a few different use cases could include finding all the keywords your competitors are bidding on that you aren't, finding all the keywords you rank for outside the top 3 positions but are not bidding on. And these are areas where you may need to provide some paid air cover, or you could find all the keywords that your competitors are bidding on that you aren't targeting as part of your organic strategy. And this could highlight some higher intent keyword gaps. But we'll start here with the paid air cover example. So let's pretend that Semrush wants to provide some paid air cover for all their high intent keywords that they are not yet ranking for inside the top 3 positions. So in the Semrush gap analysis tool, what you would do is enter your main domain, but set it to paid keywords from the drop down here. And then next you would enter in that subfolder location that houses your highest intent organic keywords, and then enter the subfolder drop down here. Make sure that's set to organic keywords and then hit compare. Now, because we're only interested in looking at areas where we're not bidding on keywords yet and we're ranking outside the top 3 positions, what I like to do is come into competitor, since that's essentially what we've listed here as our Semrush features folder. So we'll make sure we come down to competitor, and then we're looking for any keywords in this case where, let's just say, we have positions 4 to 10. So we're on the first page, but we're not yet in the top 3 positions, and then I would select apply. And now what I can do is scroll down here and hit the missing tab. And what I'm going to see now are all of the keywords that Semrush is currently ranking for in positions 4 to 10, but they aren't bidding on yet with paid search. Now you can apply some intent filters here to trim this down even more. But now I'll just scan down this list and I would start to look for any really high value, high intent keywords that I need to bid on while my organic rankings are maturing. So as I scroll down, I can see something like competitor analysis tool, maybe even PPC research, since they have their advertising toolkit, or paid search tools. Backlinking tools could be another really good one. Competitive research tools, keyword analyzer, on-page SEO tools, that could be another great one. So these are good keywords that they have good volume that they could add into their paid keyword rotation until those organic rankings mature. Okay, so another example here is we can use the gap analysis tool where we can compare organic and paid keywords to see or find high value keyword gaps. So what we would do in this case, for example, if we were Copper, we could put in our root domain organic keywords, and then we would enter in a competitor like Pipedrive, root domain, but in this case, we want to look at paid keywords. So we're comparing where we've got gaps, where Copper isn't ranking organically, but Pipedrive is bidding on those keywords. So we'll click compare. And now you can scroll down here and you can see the missing keywords tab. And these are all the keywords now that Pipedrive are bidding on these keywords, but Copper has no organic visibility around these currently. Now you can just scroll down this list and start to select different keywords that you want to add into your organic rotation, or maybe even bid on in paid search yourself. And you can come up as well and add in some more modifiers, or even volume and position thresholds to trim this list down first. So an example of this was I might be looking at any keywords to start with that have that software modifier. So I'll click apply. And that's going to trim down my keyword set now, 212 missing opportunities. And I can instantly start to see things like best or top CRM software, sales CRM software, and then even industry or vertical specific ones like best real estate CRM software, best CRM software for small businesses. So these could all be really good keywords to go after that have a lot more intent behind them. And then let's just add one more filter on here and say, let's just look for all of the opportunities that have low competition. Now I've got 41 missing keywords. And if I see here, there's very specifics like logistics CRM software. That could be a really good keyword, much lower competition. Best B2B CRM software for the travel industry. So it looks like there's a lot of vertical or industry specific keyword opportunities that Copper could go after. Semrush's keyword magic tool enables you to enter a seed term and generate thousands of new keyword ideas. Semrush actually has one of the largest, if not the largest, keyword databases out there on the market. At the time of this recording, they've got 24.9 billion keywords across 142 different geographical databases. So tons of keyword data at your disposal with this tool. However, the real power of the tool lies in the advanced filtering options that it provides. So for example, my blog monetizes primarily through affiliate marketing. So as a result, I want to rank for keywords that people are searching for during the consideration stage of the buyer journey. For this case, I would just enter the modifier first in the search bar. So in this case, best, because I'm looking for people who are evaluating the best solutions to achieve or solve a specific problem. And then what you would do is come into the keyword contains, select any keywords, and then I'm going to drop in these different category keywords. Now, because my site writes a lot about keyword research, link building, rank tracking, and that's what a lot of the platforms provide, these provide great opportunities to where I could potentially surface some mid-funnel keywords. So what I'll do is apply the filter there, and then what it's going to generate is 1,540 keywords with an aggregate volume of 24,000 searches. And I can start to skim down this list now, and I can see things like best keyword research tools, best local SEO tools, best SEO audit tools, best rank trackers, best SEO reporting software, loads and loads of really good high intent keyword opportunities. And just like in the previous steps, you can also go ahead and apply different keyword difficulty thresholds, minimum search volume thresholds as well to drill into the most realistic opportunities that can drive traffic to your site. And just like with the other tools as well, you can just click and apply or add these keywords to the different lists within Semrush. So the next set of keywords that I might be interested in looking at here from my website would be users actively comparing products that I promote against different competitors. So for example, here I would enter in Semrush since I use Semrush all the time and I promote them. So I'm interested in people looking for alternatives or maybe evaluating them against other solutions so that I can show how awesome this platform actually is. So what you can do is enter Semrush, and then in this case, I would go include any keyword containing alternative competitor or verse, since those are the modifiers that will surface people looking to compare different solutions. And right away, I can see I've got 593 keywords, things like Hrefs versus Semrush, 1,000 searches a month, Semrush competitors, and as I scroll on Semrush versus Moz, Moz versus Semrush versus Hrefs, SpyFu versus Semrush. Now, one thing you'll notice too as well is if you don't have those keyword or modifiers handy, that'll help you drill down and trim the list. What you can look at is you can filter it by popularity and search demand. So in this case, I might, if I didn't even enter in any of those modifiers, I could click into things like competitors versus alternatives. I wouldn't even have to know. I can just scan down the list and look for the ones that seem like they might be the most relevant for my business. You can also use the Semrush Keyword Magic tool to generate loads of question-based keyword ideas. So what you'll do is enter a top-level category, product, or service-related keyword into the Keyword Magic tool. So for this example, I'll use CRM. Once you've entered that in, navigate and click on this questions toggle. Now what you'll see is a list of all of question-based keywords related to that topic. Now you can see I've got a key KD filter here because I'm only interested in like the lower competition question-based keywords. As I scroll down, I can instantly start to see things like how to choose a CRM, as well as do I actually need a CRM? These are interesting keywords that you could answer and pitch your product in the process. And if you would like, just like in the previous example, you can drill into different modifiers here in the grouping sidebar. If anything here is standing out that you want to drill in and take a little bit closer look, or I recommend if you want to surface higher intent opportunities as well, you can use these toggles to filter down those keyword ideas. And if you want to learn more about how to use Semrush to generate question-based keywords, I have created a dedicated video on that topic that you can access either in the top corner or in the description below the video. Semrush enables you to create keyword clusters from scratch, as well as cluster existing keyword lists. So to illustrate, let's return to our personal injury lawyer example. If I wanted to generate keyword clusters from scratch, I'd click the Create List button here inside the Semrush Keyword Manager. And then what you want to do from here is come in and enter up to 5 different seed keywords. So some of the core service keywords for an attorney might be personal injury lawyer, car accident lawyer, truck accident attorney. And then if I wanted to give this tool some more context to build out additional keyword cluster ideas, I could drop in my domain or a competitor's domain. So for this example, I'll just drop in Dolman Law and then hit Create List. And then that'll take a second to generate. And once it finishes populating, you'll see that the tool has created 49 clusters containing 870 different keywords. In the table, you're also going to see intent, the number of keywords in each cluster, the keyword difficulty percentage, as well as the aggregate search volume across the different keyword clusters. And Semrush is also going to flag higher ranking potential keywords, and these are terms with high volume and relatively low keyword difficulty percentages. Now, scrolling down the list here, I'm going to see some interesting results that fall outside the typical top-level service pages, things like hit and run lawyer, why hire an attorney for a car accident? Should I get a lawyer after a minor car accident? Pedestrian lawyer, whiplash attorney. So these are all very specific service-based keywords. So as an example, if I select this hit and run attorney cluster, I can see all the keywords contained within this cluster. So there's 17 keywords and with an aggregate search volume of 5,200. Now, an important thing to note here is to review the content references section, because you want to understand if you're going to need to optimize an existing page for this cluster or create a new dedicated URL. So for example, after I hover over the URLs in the reference section, I can see that the competitors are ranking with dedicated pages for hit and run attorney. So an example here, if I just pop open johnboy.com, you can see here in the URL that they have this car accident lawyer top level service subfolder, but then they have this hit and run page nested directly off of that. And as I look down a bunch of these examples, it's exactly the same. So this tells me that I would, in this case, need to create a new subservice landing page to target this hit and run lawyer cluster. You can also use Semrush to cluster an existing keyword list. So what you do from the keyword manager is you'll just click this second create a list button, give your list a name, and then paste in the keywords. Now I've already ran this just for speed. So I'll come down here to my test list, and you can see that I dropped in 214 keywords that were grouped across 38 different clusters. You can see there's some really good opportunities in here, like white hat link building, local SEO tools, SEO for startups, Semrush alternatives, Google penalty checker, or how to do keyword research with the Semrush keyword magic tool. So just like before, I would pop open these clusters, check out the keywords, and see if I need a dedicated asset in order to rank for those. And if you want to dive deeper and take a closer look at the cluster tool here in Semrush, I've put together a dedicated video walking through that step by step, and you can grab that link in the description below the video. One of the things I really like about Semrush is its keyword research tools are all integrated together. So once you finish building your keyword list in Semrush, you can select keywords and send them into other tools within the platform. So for example, if I just selected this keyword here, I could go send keyword off to the SEO writing assistant. So this is going to get it into the content production workflow where I can do on-page optimization and build out my content briefs, or I can send it to the position tracking tool where I can monitor ranking performance, or I might also just want to send it straight across to the PPC keyword tool. So these integrations just make it really easy to scale your content workflow and monitor performance over time, all without having to leave the platform or rely on other standalone SEO tools. Okay, so if you watched all the way through to the end, you now know how to use Semrush to extract high-value keyword opportunities for any type of business. And if you haven't done so already, remember that you can grab a full access 14-day free Semrush trial in the description below this video, so you can start implementing these tactics in your business today. And if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and please let me know in the comments which methods covered in this video you'll be applying in your business. And I'll see you in the next one.